You're about to see 25 of the craziest takeoff fails from the Hard Knocks vault, with engine blowups, flaming tires, and a whole lot of mayhem. This Boeing 737 got hit by a bird strike during takeoff from Edinburgh. The crew chose to keep flying to their destination and made it there without any more problems. This Boeing 737 was taking off when its tires suddenly blew out.
Our blown tire! Roll the trucks, roll the trucks, roll the trucks! Emergency! They're on fire!
We had a blown tire, require off, and we're going to keep the
The Airbus A330 was lifting off from Manchester when its right engine blew up with a massive bang. The pilots wasted no time aborting the takeoff and slammed the plane to a stop on the runway. An inspection showed a turbine blade had broken off. Someone actually climbed on top of a plane at London City Airport to protest for climate action.
So this is James Brown, a Paralympian in the Olympic Games in London in 2012, who's doing this for his children. So if you can't quite see what's happening, this is a flight bound for Amsterdam at London City Airport, and a very fit but blind Paralympian, James Brown, has just climbed on top of the plane.
After gluing himself to the plane, firefighters eventually removed him, and he was arrested.
This F-15 was in the middle of takeoff when it suddenly suffered a compressor stall, sending flames bursting out of one of its engines. Luckily, the pilot could still abort the takeoff, and no one was injured.
This Lufthansa Airbus A320 runs into trouble when one of its engines fails right after takeoff. The plane was already moving too fast to stop, so it had to lift off and swing back around for an emergency landing. Airport emergency crews jumped into action fast, and luckily, everyone made it out without any injuries. This all went down at Frankfurt Airport. This KLM Airbus A330 hit a huge flock of birds right after takeoff, damaging both engines and forcing it to head back to Amsterdam. The plane ended up having to land overweight because of the situation.
This goes. Well, hats off to the pilots. This looks like a standard landing. Can you imagine? Definitely passing by at a higher speed than normal. Right. Lights are on fire engine. Ambulance is ready over there. The airplane landed, no issues. Now this airplane probably is going to stop. Yeah.
Luckily, it touched down safely and was able to taxi back on its own. The Cessna 182 flipped over while lining up for takeoff after a strong gust of wind hit it.
Tower, good morning, United 2604, run the visual for 26 left. 2604, Las Vegas Tower, 16026, gust 30, runway 26 left, clear to land.
That's 3362, roll it out the Yankee, hold short on 19 left on Bravo. 753 on November, crash right.
This happened in Las Vegas, and thankfully no one was hurt. The Airbus A321neo was taking off when its oil pressure alarm sounded, forcing the pilots to abort the takeoff.
It was about 40 minutes ago. And the status of the 380 currently on boarding. Harry Care is the Wizz Air next. No, we've got the Orney. And a closed military jet, EasyJet in and EasyJet out again. Very, very busy for EasyJet here at Gatwick, guys. I think pretty much the same as Manchester, I would say.
The plane following had to make a go-around because of the aborted takeoff. This Boeing 767 blew a tire during takeoff from Detroit. The pilots had to keep going since it was too late to abort, flew to their destination, declared an emergency, and landed safely despite the blown tire. This Boeing 757 blew a tire during takeoff, forcing it to make an emergency landing.
Oh my God, is there one gear not down? I'll be damned, it looks like they might have cranked it down. Here we go, moment of truth. Sorry for the shaky, he's always floating. Oh, I think he popped the tire. Crap. Oh, something's wrong. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, the gear's on fire. The right mains are on fire.
The plane touched down safely, and everyone walked away uninjured.
The Airbus A330 had struck a light pole while taxiing. Even though this didn't happen during takeoff, it was just moments before and caused minor damage. But thankfully, no one was injured.
These people were standing way too close behind a Boeing 737 taking off in Skiathos, Greece. This Airbus A330 had to abort its takeoff because a small training plane crossed into their departure path. This A-15 experienced an afterburner blowout during takeoff, forcing the pilot to abort. This Boeing 737 ran into technical issues during takeoff from Brazil and had to abort. This Cessna ran into a problem during takeoff, forcing it to turn back and land.
Whoa.
This passenger was just about to board when one of the engines on their Airbus A380 suddenly burst into flames.
Wow, what the hell is that?
This happened over in South Korea, but thankfully the fire was put out fast and no one got hurt. The Airbus A321neo took off from London Heathrow, but couldn't close its landing gear doors, so it had to turn back. This Boeing 777 was climbing out of Japan when its left engine failed and the cowling tore right off. The crew had to cut the climb short and head back to the airport. Luckily, the plane landed safely with no injuries. According to the JTSB, fractured fan blades caused the engine damage and ripped off the cowling. Some engine parts also hit the airframe, but didn't seriously affect how the plane flew. This F-15 experienced an afterburner blowout during takeoff.
This Boeing 747 hit a bird during takeoff from an airport in India.
At Portland Airport, this UPS Boeing 767 was cleared for takeoff, but an MD-11 was speeding toward the same runway. The gap between them was way too tight, so the takeoff clearance got canceled, and the MD-11 had to pull up and go around.
CGS 2992 Heavy, abort takeoff. Going around over the top of you. Abort takeoff. CGS 2974 Heavy, go around, climb maintain 3000, fly runway left. Going around CGS 2974 Heavy. Boarding to takeoff, CGS 2994. Continue down the runway, turn right at Echo, land the frequency, are you able to taxi back? You need to stop for a while. We can taxi back. CGS 2992 Heavy.
This Boeing 737 experienced a tail strike during takeoff from Iceland, which you can clearly hear from the distinct scraping sound. In most situations, the plane would return to the gate, but in this case, the pilots chose to continue to their destination. This overloaded Boeing 727 took off at the very last second, throwing debris toward people standing near the end of the runway. This Boeing 777 aborting his takeoff and applying full rudder. This led to the plane literally drifting across the runway.
And those are just a few of the wildest takeoff fails from the series. For more awesome aviation content, hit subscribe on my channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.